me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to part 2 of my 12-year anniversary stream. I have unfinished business from yesterday, and I want to finish that business today before my good friend Mark goes live. So we actually have someone today on the panel. It's someone who I've been interacting with more and more in the last 2 months. Welcome, Grumpy J.
How the grump is everyone today?
I'm glad I'm not as grumpy as I normally am this time of day. Because normally I'd be rushing around on gaming, etc.
Well, it's what, like 11:30 in the afternoon for you?
Half an hour earlier than that.
Ah, okay.
And also there's no such thing as... Well, there's no such thing as 11:30 in the afternoon.
Well, early afternoon.
It's late morning.
Late morning will do.
12:01 p.m. is early afternoon.
Well, depends though. When you eat your first meal of the day, depends on your first, is it breakfast, lunch, dinner, and time like that?
Because AM stands for anterior meridian and PM stands for post meridian or something.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. I've been out of school too long.
Anyway, so if you're out there, I made this a subscriber only stream because I put the public invite in the pinned comment. So if anyone wants to share in the celebrations with me, they can have at it, and I will approve or deny your access to come on to the stream. Anyway, we got Johnny, Subway Dude, Dave, Contra. Those are everyone so far. A little bit. So, as I did on yesterday's stream, every time someone was in the chat, or someone came into the chat, I gave a little bit of a backstory about how our friendship came to be, and also hello, Our Toy World. Our Toy World did a fun essay video of Lego World Races earlier today. Well, maybe you should turn on your notifications.
Ooh, you got
I don't know what the interwebs are. I know what the internet is. I am skipping breakfast.
Whatever your first meal is breakfast. So if you eat at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that's your breakfast.
Well, we have one a big gun, which is Our Toy World, because I'm pretty sure Our Toy World is the only person here over 1,000 subscribers right now. So that's a good segue. So I got into Our Toy World because of a BFAB, because I was on a stream with Our Toy World, a BFAB, and someone else when we were talking about the upcoming Lego Indiana Jones sets, and that was before the Temple of Doom set got cancelled, and we all gave our opinion on stream about what we thought about the at the time upcoming Indiana Jones sets. And from then I realized that some of my other friends spoke highly of Our Toy World's videos, so I checked out our Toy World's videos because of my friends and because of that one stream we did together. I forget whose channel it was on, but all I know was that I was on there with BFAB and Richie and someone else. And so then I realized how good his essays are. And so I still watch them to this very day. And who else? I gave my backstory about Johnny. I've known he and Miss Samby and Mark I've known for 9 years now from an old stream that no longer exists. Gave my backstory about Contra. Subway Dude is another person. Well, Subway Dude, much like some of the commenters from yesterday, is someone who I haven't fostered a big relationship with yet, but is someone that I've gotten to know from uh, never too old for Legos streams, and I I shortened that name just to call him 24. So if anyone hears me saying 24 as in the person, then that's never too old for Lego. So you can get that through your head. And hello, Jay's Bucket. Jay's Bucket is another person from the Cooking Cliff friendship tree, because as I said on yesterday's stream, there's about 3 friendship trees. One is the Briggsar, 2 is the Clicking Cliff, and 3 is the ACOB. Those are the 3 big friendship trees, and hopefully I'll establish myself with other friendship trees throughout hopefully the next 12 years on YouTube. Anyway, so speaking of the ACOB friendship tree, this is a Star Wars tier list that they did when they were ranking the 2024 Star Wars sets. And I decided to do one myself, and these are my rankings. So I'm going to put this on full screen so that you can get a better view of what it is. So I posted this on my ex Twitter. You can see that my favorite of the sets is the Captain Rex microfighter, because Captain Rex is my favorite Star Wars character. And I'm waiting for that to go on retirement sales or get it as a stocking stuffer for a gift with purchase. And you might have known throughout the year or throughout 2024, I was complaining about the weird Star Wars droid brickhead type things. And I was complaining about the ugliness of the officially titled Uglies, a TIE Fighter and X-Wing. So that's why those are both in the D tier. I just wanted to cover those in particular. And personally, I ranked the UCS Flying Pile of Poo in the F tier for various reasons, which may be a little bit contradictory to what I was saying about the sail barge throughout my streams last year. But that was more so the price. And when I do a tier list, I kind of take price out of it. I just look at the picture and how I feel about the picture of the set. So if anyone wants to, to get access to this 24/7, you can go follow me on X Twitter. The links are in the description, and you can scroll through my tweets and you'll find this, because I'm sharing this screen from my X Twitter right now. Grumpy J, I don't know. Do you have any opinion about Star Wars?
I do. A lot of it is repeats and sets, but I'm more of a ships and vehicle kind of guy when it comes to the sci-fi stuff. And I mean, Star Wars has some iconic ships and everything. Obviously, I have quite a few of them behind me. But I'm a fan of the TIE Interceptor. I like the shape of it. I wish it still had a better engine and and shielding. But I think that's one of the better looking TIE fighters that they have. But I don't know. I feel like they keep making the same scenes and stuff. They need to kind of find other scenes and make. It's getting like how Harry Potter gets with oversaturating of the same scenes and same things. But yeah, I just wish
I wish they would make more play sets, which is why the MBS Mos Eisley's Cantina from a few years ago was fantastic. The Ewok Village is my favorite Star Wars set of all time. There's trying to think of it. Some of the there are some sets that have been done which have been rooms from the Death Star. I like that stuff because it's location based and it's an actual play set. I miss those kind of sets. They don't do enough of them. And also the Jabba's Palace and the Rancor Pit, that's a location. I wish they would do more play sets.
Yeah.
There's way too much repetition of the same spacecraft over and over and over again. They do it because they say, well, we want to give kids of the next generation a chance to get it. Well, or you could just keep the same sets on the shelves for longer and not retire them after 2 years. You could retire them after 5 years instead, and that gets rid of that ridiculous bullshit argument.
I agree with that. I think they should definitely keep them on the shelves longer.
But the designers will then say, well, we redesign it so that we can evolve the design. New parts coming into the inventory. It gets better over time. And that is a bogus claim. Because
especially if they get like smaller pieces and sets.
Because in the evolution
still goes up.
Because in the evolution of a lot of particular spacecraft, there has actually been a devolution. There's been a devolution.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of marketing though. They could definitely. I mean, there's so many other things they could do.
Yeah, so I wanted to give my thoughts about that. And sharing my tier list ranking, of which I posted on X Twitter, gave me an outlet to get that off my chest. What are people saying in the chat? Let me scroll through here. Yeah, so thank you for the congrats on 12 years by Our Toy World and Jay's Bucket. Also, we have Team B, so you know what we do when there are bees buzzing around.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
What's the buzz?
No, it's a piece of crap that has no use for Star Wars collectors at all. It is Star Wars brickheads, but done worse. That's the case with a lot of Star Wars sets. You earn jars by watching the live stream. Hello, JDP. Thanks for the congrats. See, that means my channel is nine years and 1 week older than yours. Just put that in perspective. A lot of people liked the Dark Falcon. What's more important, this stream or the Australian Open?
I would say the stream because I had no idea of anything of openings, like tennis openings or golf openings or any of that stuff.
There's no play factor with a buildable figure because it's not a play set.
No, it's really not. It's more a display. I've got the Scout Trooper back here on his bike. It is more of just a display. You really can't play with it too much.
I like ladies' tennis too, particularly the Eastern Europeans who grew up in a society that doesn't give a fuck about the Western European feminism movement. You can have jars by watching the stream, or if people try to give you some of their jars. And also, you can buy tickets to enter the giveaway. We will be doing a giveaway on the last Saturday of the month.
Please, sir, I want some more jars.
And it costs 10 jars to buy a ticket to enter the giveaway.
I'm actually going to be presenting at my first convention. Instead of being a spectator, I'm actually going to be presenting or exhibiting. So now I'm trying to get all the builds I've had over several months back together because I kind of tore some down. Right now,
that's because there's a cooldown, Dave.
So I'm doing the bottom of the tiki bar for I don't know if you can see him on camera, but my C-3PO that's all decked out in Hawaiian, like everything Hawaiian. So I'm making him a tiki bar to take to the convention.
Nice. So which convention is that you're going to?
The Atlanta one in February. It's going to be February 8th, 9th, I think. And right outside of Atlanta, and I believe it's called Duluth, Georgia.
I think it's because you've got syntax errors in your command, Dave. Yeah. So anyway, that's enough out of that. That's my tier list ranking of the tier list that ACOB made. You can go follow me on X Twitter to see this again. I'm not showing it anymore. And something else I wanted to cover from yesterday, which we didn't get around to, is does anyone remember the different creator themes besides 3-in-1 called the designer sets, the make and create sets, and the bricks and more sets? Does anyone remember those 3 creator sub themes? Designer, make and create, bricks and more. Because if you don't, I'm about to show them. I've had these on my computer tabs for the last 24 hours. They came.
I remember it as
they came out way before Creator Expert.
What was it called?
They came out way before Creator Expert. The designer sets first came out in 2003.
And they were called designer sets?
And the reason why I wanted to go over these is because these were a part of my childhood. As someone who was born before 9/11 in the 21st century, these sets mean a lot to me. I'm not going to go over them individually, but I want to pick out the ones that I actually grew up with. So if any of these sets look cool, let me know in the chat, and I'll take a closer look at them if you want me to. So I'm going to go over these slowly so people can get their vision of anyone that you want me to highlight. And when I get to the sets that I actually grew up with, I'm going to talk about them a little bit more because they are a part of the lore of the mayohosko channel. Because I'm not sure when you started collecting Lego Grumpy. Grumpy, I'm not sure when you started collecting Lego.
Oh, sorry, I was focused on this. I started in 2020. I got a real late start into the Lego community and into the Lego hobby. It was right when the pandemic happened.
So
my first set was the 2020 City Police Station and the 2020 City Fire Station, the big ones.
So you're one of the Rona collectors.
Right.
But the difference is you survived past the Rona. I know a bunch of channels who just quit social media when they got their jobs back.
Oh no, I didn't get like my own channel of like doing my own streaming until last year, but basically everyone has their own YouTube channel once you get on YouTube for the first time, and it says I've been on YouTube since 2013, but I haven't put out videos until last year.
Yeah, you know what? I've got a story about that. So I've been on YouTube since January 7th, 2013, and I uploaded irregularly from 2013 to about the time I was in the 9th grade. And then I wasn't yielding good results, so I took a 4-year hiatus. And then Copper happened in February of 2020. And then I decided, you know what, my videos are going nowhere. My channel isn't growing. A lot of my older videos are fucking terrible. So I deleted all of them because I had plans to walk away from having any upload presence on YouTube because I just didn't want to have to deal with Copper. And so
I just keep going with mine because I'm not really worried about how many subscribers I get. It's more of a therapeutic for me, and if it helps someone else that may be having problems too, and that we talk about it on my streams, and it's mostly just been kind of relaxing for me to just do it as mine. So it's been a slow get up and go for my channel, but I'm still happy with the progress I still get.
Yeah. And so I deleted all of my old videos, and then we eventually begun to realize that the FTC kind of made themselves look more angrier about Copper than what it actually was. Because there was because of the chairman of the FTC or whatever threatened to fine the YouTubers $9,000 for violating the YouTube Made for Kids thing. Threatened to fine YouTubers $9,000 per video.
That's crazy when they do that.
And so that turned out to be a bunch of bullshit. And he got clowned upon, and he is probably now one of the least respected American government officials ever. The head of the FTC.
Yep. I would say he probably is.
Because he completely lied to the tens of millions of creators on YouTube. He lied to all of us. And not only did he lie to us, he lied to the billions of people in the world who watch YouTube.
Oh, yeah. There's billions and billions of people that watch YouTube.
So I am going to unapologetically say, whoever the head of the FTC was, at least at the time of 2020, is one of the biggest fuckheads I have ever seen on the internet. He literally said, we are going to treat this like shooting a fish in a barrel.
Yeah, that usually doesn't get you, invited to many parties when you say stuff like that.
Yeah. He is a fuckhead, and because he lied, he can go rot in internet hell. I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, let's get back to slowly going through these. So we haven't gotten towards the sets that I grew up with yet, because these were all from 2003 to 2004. I started, I got gifted some of the created designer sets in starting in 2005, and before we get to one of those, this was the Robo Platoon. But now we're getting on to Speed Wings. Set 4882 was a part of the creator sub-theme designer sets. Came out in 2005, had 161 pieces, retailed for $10 back in the day, has a current used value of $19. And so I built this plane, took it apart, built the alternate builds, took them apart, and rebuilt the plane over and over and over and over again. Because I wanted to try all of the alternate builds, but I always came back to the main build.
That looks like a Blue Angel right there, that blue and yellow paint scheme on that jet.
It does. I didn't even know what the Blue Angels were back in 2005 because I was 4 years old and I didn't start watching American sports.
You were
until
4 in that year? Oh Lord, I was in the Marine Corps.
And I didn't start watching American sports until 8 years after this set came out, and I didn't know what the fuck a Blue Angel was until 10 years after this Lego set. And so when I first saw I first saw some NFL games in the 2015 season where my Denver Broncos beat the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl, I saw the Blue Angels and I was like, hey, that looks like an old Lego set I grew up with. Which is this set.
Yeah, it looks just like it. Like I'm looking at a picture right now on my phone. It's pretty much just like the F-18s of the early 2000s.
Yeah, because aren't the Blue Angels aren't the Blue Angels the Air Force planes?
No, they're the Navy's planes.
Okay,
Air Force has the black.
Okay. So aren't the Blue Angels the Navy planes that they no longer want to use in combat?
No, they're the same. Because I was ordnance, I worked on F-18s, and they're the same across the board. You can put a pylon on there, which holds the munitions and the ordnance. You can put pylons on those, and they still have all their fuses and all their stuff, so that if a major incident happens and they're close by, they can easily be turned into a combat unit as well.
So the Blue Angels are ready to go if they're needed, but are they like a surplus or something?
Yeah, they get to sit in the back and watch everybody else do all that stuff. But if times of crisis happen, they do a lot of their shows on military bases already, so they can easily just take whatever that base has. If it's like a naval base or an Air Force base or a Marine base, any of them that have the F-18s, and they can load them up and let them go too.
Nice. Because
it's kind of weird though to see like a bunch of Blue Angels doing stunts with they really can't do their stunts when they're fully loaded with fuel tanks.
Because I would have to imagine for the loop-de-loops and the speed runs that they do, some of the combat weaponry would counteract that aerodynamic.
Oh yeah, they call them slick. They take off the external fuel tank because the wings hold all the fuel as well. So they'll take the external tank off. They'll take all the pylons that hold all the ordnance. They take the 30 millimeter weapon in the front, and they put a ballast. It's like this. It looks like an anvil that you just put in the nose, and it keeps it balanced. So when it doesn't have a 30 millimeter cannon, it can keep its balance and still fly around. So we call it slick. So they'll have nothing on the tips of the wings. They'll have nothing on the wings. They'll have it's usually like 1-seaters or so, but the Blue Angels have 2-seaters, so they can bring up press and high value celebrities and stuff.
Yeah, because I've always liked some of the military vehicles that Lego has gotten away with making in their sets, because like Lego could claim, yeah, this is just a generic blue plane, but the military buffs will be like, yeah, this looks like an unofficial Blue Angel without it being a Blue Angel.
Yeah, without the Navy logo, without the Blue Angel logo, but it's the color, it's the exact color.
It's kind of like how when they did the Indiana Jones sets 3 years after this, a lot of the vehicles from Indiana Jones look like Army and Navy vehicles. Anyway, so that was that, and there were others. I'll scroll slowly through this. I believe the next designer set I got was from 2006. But you can see in these designer sets, a lot of it was precursor to 3-in-1, because the 3-in-1 sub-theme of Creator did not exist yet. And that's something that people don't understand. Creator 3-in-1 is not a theme. 3-in-1 is a sub-theme of Creator. Expert was a sub-theme of Creator, because you had all of these other sub-themes that once existed that got usurped by Creator 3-in-1 because Lego struck gold because 3-in-1 turned out to be so popular, because these are all single instruction sets for the most part. And I believe my parents gifted me the Creator Designer sets that I got when I was a child, because there were multiple builds in the set that you could build. And so a lot of these are really simplistic in design, because compare 2005 to 2025, Lego has so many more parts in their inventory than what they did back then. Because, for example, you look at these fruit sets. Imagine if they all had the curved slope that we got starting with Speed Champions. Like, these pieces of fruit look so blocky by comparison, because they did not have a lot of curved pieces back then. They really didn't.
Yeah, their pieces have definitely come a long way in just the last so many years, even. It's crazy what Lego's catalog of pieces is.
So that was the end of the designer sets. Now, I want to share some of the other ones, but before we do that, let's come back to the chat and see what people are saying in the chat. Let me scroll to where I was. Yeah, I was talking to Johnny G about Star Wars. Because we disagree on a lot about the Star Wars sets from last year. He likes sets that I don't like, and I like sets that he doesn't like. Absolutely, I'll probably buy a full case of them just because I'm a sucker.
Hey, Zazu, how's it going?
I would love to create a whole microscale grid paddock of Formula One. I really would. And hey, Zissou, yeah, because Zissou's here, you know what that means.
Paradisa, paradisa, sun is shining
Yeah. Kunta says 8 years before lockdown for me, so 12 years I'm back into Lego. Yeah, there's a lot of people who had a dark age, and I suspect some of my friends are in a dark age right now, and we're going to cover that after I finish getting through this stuff on Brickset. Yeah, I know about your situation, Dave. The only reason it wasn't in D tier is because Rex is my favorite Star Wars character. But you should make videos about your Lego Zelda set, Zissou. Being a full-time YouTuber means you don't have a job in real life and that you're making ad revenue. So I highly doubt that you are a full-time YouTuber.
Unless you're like me and you're retired.
Yeah. That's a good point. No, it's just me analyzing old creative sub-themes that I like. That's only when I have an organized rant plan. Sometimes I do rants kind of spur of action. That must be your end because you've been able to hear me this whole time, right?
I've been able to hear you.
Okay, so it must be a Dave issue because no one else in the comments are saying that my mic got fucked up or anything. Maybe that's because you weren't heavy into Lego when these sets came out. These were some of my first sets, and it took me about 10 years to remember what the name of the theme was. Agreed. I would suggest building. If there's wait, is there a Dreams Castle? I can't recall any Dreams Castle.
Sandman, I think it's called the Sandman Castle. I think Dreams has that.
No, the old created designer sets were, I believe they had an age range of 4 to 7. I'm never gonna fight for my country.
Yeah, see, Sandman Castle. I was right. Woo! I knew there was one that was like that.
I think that's because Dreams is at the end of its 3-year run with this current wave, and to be honest, I've seen a steady decline of Dreams since wave 3. Bring back the fucking play sets, god damn it. Vehicle sets are pieces of shit, in my opinion.
I'm liking that. There we go. I should stand
There's
up.
a few Dream sets that look like... Is that a Ninjago set?
What? The one I'm working on?
No, I'm responding to comments.
Oh, I was like, no, this is my own tank.
A lot of people want them to bring back the Monster Fighters.
Yeah, Monster Fighters.
That's because when I'm covering stuff on Brickset, I will focus on Brickset because that is the focus of the stream. Exactly. While I'm glossing over Brickset, as per normal on this type of stream, the chat says stuff, and then when I'm done, I read the comments. That's how we roll around here. I think some people get spoiled by other streams, and they need to lower their expectations because not all streams are created equally. Because some streamers read the absolute irrelevant comments, and that means that they don't get any shit done on their own stream. Whenever I do something on camera, I want to get shit done. Kind of like how you're building that set right now. So what are you building right now, Grumpy?
I've switched over from, because I don't have enough of the modified round to keep going higher on the Tiki. I've got 2 different tanks that I've worked on. This is my heavy duty one. Move this. So I have my heavy duty. It's got a turret on top, 360 there. It's got different launchers there. Take that pin out. It also extends up. It's got 360 up there. It's also motors and all. It's not fully done, but this is part of what I'm taking to the Atlanta convention. So that's one of them. And this is my beefed up mono tank, which holds up itself. I'm redoing the cockpit and everything. I had a backwards V kind of style, and I didn't like it. So I'm going with something a little more. This is like a quick response vehicle. It'll have a hook, a chain it can pull out. Basically, if I had a better table, it'd be balanced. But it was perfectly balanced until I started playing with it again. But it'll sit up once the wheels want to lock.
Okay.
It'll sit up.
Creator was never about the minifigures. They intentionally did not have minifigures because that was not the focus. I was doing the same thing. We are going through whatever theme I want to go through.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm still working on them. And someone
and by your actions, I guess you don't want to win a mayohosko seat, Big Zelda.
Someone asked how I sort. I do it right now by piece. So, like, as you can see, I have some more bagged up, but I'll have like 1 by 1 rounds, all the way up. So I got 2 by 2. So these are all 1 by plates, small organ. Then I've got, like, this one is my 1 by bricks. So I don't sort by color because that would just take me too long. There's too many colors. But yeah, I sort by piece and overall piece. So like all plant stuff will go in a plant thing. Wedge plates will go into wedge plates. Animals go in one thing. So it's kind of an easy, simple sorting process for myself.
Wrong. That's not what this stream is. I've done streams about that in the past. You can go watch those streams instead. I like Rex too. Hello, Gladiator Bricks Productions. It's my 12-year anniversary this week. That shows how much I'm keeping up with Lego Dreams, which means I'm not. They have a lot of expensive sets. I don't know what that means. Other people can play with vehicle sets. I'm just not gonna. In fact, I disassemble most of the vehicles that comes in the play sets that I buy. I bought that Marvel set that has the snowy trees that comes with a weird vehicle. I'm gonna dismantle that vehicle to parts. Then. There are a lot of clunkiness in Dreams there. The Ninjago are pieces of shit. the bot doesn't care. No, sorry, Streamlabs, it doesn't care about your feelings. It's 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 a stream add-on. It doesn't care about your feelings. Yeah, it must have been one of your settings. That's because I only read out the good ones that are relevant. Well, I'll be more of a monster if that'll keep you watching the stream. I'll search that set. Lego 71486. 71486. Oh, I've seen that before. That's always one of the big sets that comes up when I'm on Lego.com. So what the hell is that? Let's get that on full screen.
This is my Hawaiian. It's not all the way done. I'm waiting on more pieces to come in from Bricks.
Oh, Hawaiian C3PO.
Yep.
That's nice.
So then his tiki bar, once I get more pieces, it'll be about that high, and then it'll have palms that come down, and then behind him will be a blender.
Nice. So now that we've gone through those comments, let's go to the make and create sub-theme of Lego Creator. So this theme came out in 2005, and I'm going to slowly scroll through these to get until we get to the sets that I grew up with. So you see that that we actually got some anniversary buckets in this theme. So like with the designer sets, if there's any sets that anyone wants me to take a closer look at,
It goes for a lot more now.
As I'm scrolling through, yeah,
that thing's expensive now.
Yeah, this set has gone up in value by over 1,100%. Yeah. And I never saw these on shelves because I started going to department stores in 2008. So I never saw these on the shelves. But I did see sets from the last of the creator sub-themes that we're going to cover. I saw them on shelves. And I've seen some people covering some of these sets because a lot of these sets came in unorthodox Lego packaging, whether it was the canisters or whether it was the hard plastic boxes instead of the cardboard boxes. And they used a lot of this packaging for Lego education sets that came out at the time. And they also had a lot of sets that were just a bunch of random bricks that gave you suggested builds on. And you notice that a lot of these sets were named XXL something. And so even though I never saw any of these on the shelves, I look at them in retrospective now, and it reminds me of when I was low on a lot of basic bricks about 10 years ago, which is why I bought a lot of the classic sets, which are the final evolution of these types of creator sets from 20 years ago. And when I decided that I wanted to make Minecraft mocks, and I preferred to buy classic sets over the actual Minecraft sets because Minecraft sets are overpriced and the classic sets aren't. I think I can hear my microphone coming out of your end, Grumpy.
You could hear your microphone on my end?
Yeah.
All right, give me 1
I
second.
think I can. Do you have the YouTube browser running?
I have the StreamYard running, but I can easily.
It's just that I heard me coming out of your end. I think
How's
it's
that?
gone now. I think it's gone. Yeah. Actually, I could just hear something pick up again. You might need to change your audio settings ever so slightly. If you watched yesterday's stream, you know that I get rather particular about audio settings. Not necessarily the visual quality, because when you don't pay for StreamYard, you're capped at 720p. But I'm a stickler for audio, and that's why if anyone lets me know that there's bad audio, I immediately try and rectify the problem, because it's more important that people hear my voice than see my face. And so I remember people doing mock building challenges when the Lego Masters came out. And there was this set that was specifically designed for a mock building challenge that Lego did in partner with the Fox network. And it was a bunch of random bricks where you could build whatever you want. And I don't believe they actually came with instructions. I believe they were instructionless, and you could build whatever you wanted with it. And it was probably because of old sets like this. And you notice that as these sets got newer, the quality of the designs got better and better. And I'm going to fast forward through these because these are actually just the same thing. I don't know why they listed them together. That was just weird. And so that was the make and create theme. But I swear to God, there's something there. I swear to God, there's something I skipped over. The Lego Highway Haulers. Set for. So let's see if what theme was this in? Ah, that was in the 6-in-1 sub theme. It wasn't in the creator designer or the and it wasn't in the make and create or the bricks and more. I do want to share this very quickly because this is a set that I grew up with. So according to Brickset, there was only one set in the 6-in-1 theme. It was something that I covered on a previous episode of Clicking Cliff's Jungle stream, of which Cliff is in the chat right now with his congratulations. So Cliff, if you want to come onto the stream, the invite is in the pinned comment. Same with anyone else in the chat right now. So this was set 4891 called Highway Haulers. Came out in 2006. Was a part of the 6-in-1 sub theme, which apparently only had one set. I don't know why they didn't have this as a creator designer set. I really don't know. Had 209 pieces, retailed for $10 in 2006, and has a current used value of $16. I built the auto hauler, took it apart to build the other sets, and then rebuilt it back into the highway hauler. And I think of all, I actually think I built the crane more than any of the other builds. And I would always go back and forth between, most often, building the auto hauler and building the mobile crane. Because I didn't have a crane at the time, and I thought using the hinges and the no, sorry, I thought using the clips and the clip bar to get that crane hook was so cool back in the day. Now, and then 3 years after this, I got the city construction site set, which actually had string for the crane, and then I gave less and less shit about this crane. So now that we covered that, let's see what the people are saying in chat. Yeah, it is a rather expensive set, and I think Grumpy's still figuring out his audio. I think there was a gold lid. We're not going. We're not.
A little to the right. Broke.
I might have to save that until my stream at the end of the month. People complaining about their weather. Someone just rung the doorbell at our house. I'm putting them in the recycling bin, and I don't give a shit. It's up to Lego to properly communicate if they're recyclable or not. I think some Americans were saying it's non-recyclable because a lot of the American recycling centers can't process paper coated in wax. A lot of recycling centers around the world are much more capable about separating what can and can't be recycled than what the American waste disposal system is. The Australian waste disposal system isn't that much better, to be honest.
They took a lot of the recycling away here in America. Like in Florida, you used to be able to like go to the transfer station and get rid of your cans and glass and get paid for it, but they stopped doing that. They don't even separate it anymore.
So that is just a shame.
Because it costs too much, they say.
Well, that's because someone was mismanaging their books. That's why.
Well, of course.
Yeah, because that sounds like the biggest excuse for canceling a recycling program I've ever heard. And of all things, aluminium cans are the most profitable because it can be scrapped and smelted. It's the most profitable of all recycling materials out there because it's aluminium. It's a finite resource. That's why it has more value than cardboard.
Well, we put a lot of like lining and stuff in the aluminum cans here in America, so it's like got plastic and other things. So you can't even recycle it because it's not made out of the same thing.
That explains why if you put plastic lining on aluminium cans, then you just fuck yourself over. Are you a part of that, Log?
Keep finding more things.
Yeah, and I suspect a door build is in a dark age right now. Hello, Brick Hive. If anyone out there wants to come onto the panel, the invite is in the pinned comment. That's why I made this stream subscribers only. Yeah, so after we covered the make and create sub-theme of Creator and the designer sets, do you have any thoughts about them besides the Blue Angel set? Do you have any thoughts about them besides the Blue Angel set?
I like that they were, small sets back then, and you can use a lot of the parts. But I really do like the new classic sets that they got.
Yeah, I think the classic sets are better because I think they're presented better, and they get the message across what they're supposed to be better.
But those older sets, though, definitely were, the gateway to the new stuff. So it helped. It helped bring it all in.
Yeah, because compared to today's classic sets, there was a much more even balanced of small, medium, and large. Today, I believe there are just as many. I believe there are just as many. No, sorry. There's probably about 50% of the classic sets are medium. 30% of the classic sets are large, and only 20% of the classic sets are less than $20, which means little Johnny saving up his allowance to buy just a bunch of bricks doesn't have that many options.
I do like those classic sets, though. They're good for people that have never been into Lego, and they just
Exactly, which is why they exist, which is why they are simplistic. They are meant to be the gateway, and then you move on to Lego Dreams, City, Friends, and Ninjago, etc. And then you move on to Star Wars and Marvel, and then you move on to Technic, and then you move on to Trains, and then you move on to the modulars, and then you move on to the UCS sets. There's a hierarchy of complexity, isn't there? And then if you get really skilled enough, you start to build awesome mocks like what I've built in the past and what you're building right now.
But right now, I'm just taking apart some sets that I've had for a while that I'm like needing the pieces for more for other things.
But that Hawaiian.
This was a 3-in-1. This was that fish tank.
Yeah. That because that Hawaiian outfit you made for your C-3PO looks pretty tropical.
Oh yeah, and I'm not quite done yet. I got more pieces I'm putting together to really sell it as a Hawaiian kind of character.
That's a fantastic savings goal, Contra. I think that was one of the I think that was one of the gift with purchases. What's other people saying? I'm doing great because I'm finishing what I started yesterday. I don't know how the modular build is going on because I'm not buying it.
Okay, that's you on the tutor.
Yeah,
even though I'm on bag 5. That's all I was able to get on my stream on Monday. But it's so far, it's a pretty good build. Even
though I think it's my favorite of the modulars ever because it's so eclectic. It's a corner building, so by rule, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
So call me crazy about that.
Did you see my collection? I took the camera, moved it, and showed my modulars.
Where?
I'll show you real quick.
I'm covering these bricks and more sets, and they started doing these for the 50th anniversary of Lego.
I'd have to find the remote to turn the lights on, but yeah, I got the detective office, the bookstore, the jazz cafe or club, the boutique hotel that I've made into a pirate hotel, hence all the pirate stuff. My own 7-Eleven, part of the pet shop. That's just the Sanctum Sanctorum. My own Lego shop. That's the blacksmith shop, but I've Mills played it and did a lot more stuff to it. That's a medieval tavern. That's the new modular that I'm finishing up. And then I've got a dentist office and some others that go that way.
We'll get close-ups of those when I finish covering these. And so particularly with sets like this is exactly what they do with the classic theme now. Just a bunch of basic bricks. But back in the day, they would make some of these bricks and more sets where they would actually put the models of things you could build on the box. They don't do that with the Well, actually, no, they do that with the classic sets. But what they do is they do a hybrid where they show some of the builds you can build, and then they show you the pool of all of the bricks that comes in the set all spread out. And my sis, this was actually my sister's first Lego set, the pink brick box.
Oh, that's a good set.
And I remember buying this at one of the Legoland Discovery Centres in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, because I wanted those windows so badly. This is set 6117, Doors and Windows from 2008. Look at all those windows and doors.
Nice. So you've got
They
those
had,
old,
they
the
had
old,
glass.
thick ones.
They had glass, panes, and shutters.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it originally cost $13 US. Now has and its used value has only gone up by $3. I also had the wheels and tires growing up. These wheels and tires had a lot of the bigger wheels, which is why I wanted them. Set 6118 wheels and tires also retailed for $13 back in the day.
How many pieces did that one have?
106. The doors and windows had exactly 100.
That's not bad.
I think the extra 6 pieces because the windows and doors included the frames, the inserts, and the shutters, while the wheels and tires had the wheels, the tires, and the axles.
Yeah, they got to definitely throw in some of those Technic pieces for those tires and rims. That's for sure.
But because I had plenty of slopes back in the day, I never bothered to get this set 6119 roof tiles, which some people stupidly call them roof tiles, even though they're clearly slopes.
It's like a slope battle pack.
Yeah.
And they never made one with any other colors, just that one?
Red was the most common color, but I believe before this theme even existed, they made bulk packs of some of the other colors of slopes. I actually remember seeing this set on shelves. And I remember seeing this set on shelves. And I remember seeing that set on shelves.
There you go. That box.
I wish I had this set because it had the horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. I remember seeing at it was one of the bricks and minifigs around here, and I saw that pink horse one. It was pretty good. Pretty good little set.
I remember seeing this set on shelves. Remember seeing this set on shelves. Remember seeing this set on shelves. That castle reminds me a lot of the 1978 Yellow Castle. Remember seeing this set on shelves.
Or the gift with purchase with that castle when they redid it.
Yeah, that Walmart.
Yeah.
That Walmart exclusive one.
That was sold out in like 2 seconds because I couldn't get nothing with my receipt.
And because all of the castle fans pounced on it and they didn't make a lot of them. I remember seeing this set on shelves. And this is how I got my original blue base plates, were through the Bricks and More sub thing. I remember seeing this set on shelves. I remember seeing that set on shelves. And I owned this set. This was my first service station anything.
Surprised it didn't come with like a little gas truck or so, like a refuel truck.
I guess they ran out of their parts budget. They didn't want to go over 150 and including a third vehicle.
Yeah, because I ended up finding in a bulk thing. I found an old 80s, 90s shell truck, printed shell.
It would have been from the 80s because they focused more on Octane in the 90s. Unless you're talking about something from the late 90s.
Yeah, that one could be. I'd have to double check on it. I haven't done all the research on it.
From
But
the
it's got
Shell
printed
promotional,
Shell logos all over it.
from the Shell promotional sets in the late 90s. I grew up with this set because I wanted those blue slopes so badly.
Is that like normal blue or is that like a aqua blue?
That's regular blue. The lighting in the pictures makes it look lighter than what it actually is.
Oh,
But there actually was the medium blue bricks in this set. And that's when we first popularized the orange brick separator, the rarest Lego piece ever not.
got all mine right here.
But if you really think about it, according to Lego's regular retail price, every brick separator is worth $3.
Well, I'm just keeping them because I'm going to do a thing one day where it's how many are in the jar, and whoever gets it right gets a prize.
I keep all of mine because I do so much mock building, and I'm constantly having to pull apart so much Lego that I actually damage a lot of mine. Some of them I've used so much that I made them more effective by turning them into a shiv.
Yeah, this one's getting that way. I'm trying to keep using the one until it finally goes out on me.
Yeah, because if you use your brick separator enough times, eventually some of the edges get really sharp, and it gets more effective with its wear and tear sharpness, and you can end up turning your separator into a shiv, and it gets through those really small cracks between the plates.
Oh, yeah.
Just enough if you can turn your separator into a shiv, like what I've done with about 3 of mine. But that only happens if you really give it some good wear and tear.
Yeah, mine definitely goes through some wear and tear.
So a lot of these sets look very similar. And I remember seeing this on shelves. But I passed up on it because this was a year after I got my first police station, which was the 2011 City one. And so I think I saw that smaller version and I was like, I already have a police station. I'm going to skip out on it.
Safari one would be nice. Especially if it came with like 3 or 4 different kinds of animals.
A safari police station. Get onto that, Lego.
Well, no, not the police station, but you just passed like a safari thing. And yeah, right there. Where does that come with?
I think Lego City came out with a safari vehicle. You know, I was really confused there. Why the hell would they need a police station in the safari?
Because lions are up to no good.
Lions. Is there like an animal jail?
Yeah. Humane societies or pound puppies and stuff like that.
But that's more for domesticated animals. Am I right?
Well, sure, but what's not a domesticated animal in Africa? I'm pretty sure they're all domesticated.
But just because a safari tour goes by it doesn't mean it's domesticated, because there's no fence keeping them locked in.
Well, that's true.
Because I think the definition of domesticated means to be controlled by the state or in captivity.
That means all of us are.
Well, your cats and dogs are, but also farm animals and animals that people shoot and hunt for. Like, for example, in Australia, English immigrants brought foxes and rabbits over specifically for game hunting.
So you guys never had foxes and stuff like that before?
No, they are pests.
Wow.
And there are fences in the middle of our country to separate the pests from the native animals and farm animals out in the cattle stations and ranches in the outback.
Yeah, I still need to do a trip one day to Australia, but
Yeah, so because we're at the bottom of the page here, this was the year 2014, and what came out in 2015? Lego Classic, which was the successor to all of this, and those were the three creator sub-themes I wanted to cover. Yeah. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to cover. And I think what I'm going to cover on my next live stream, because I'm getting ready to wrap up here, and I want to do a little bit more research into it. I want to cover some of the channels who I think are in a dark age. So we'll do that on my next stream at the end of the month. So I think we'll cap this off at 1.5 hours.
all right.
Yeah. Add more substance to the next stream, because I covered almost everything I wanted to cover, and I think I feel satisfied. This has been a fantastic 12-year anniversary celebration.
Well, let's hope you have 12 more to go with it.
Hopefully YouTube exists in 12 years.
Well, that's why I say I'm going to live forever. As long as humans, electricity, and the internet stay around, and my videos are out there forever, then I'm going to live forever.
Huh. That's one way of staring at it.
At least that's my plan. That's how I'm going to live forever. Really? That's all the pieces for that fish tank? Man, I thought it was bigger than that.
I saw your DMs, Dave. The link is in the pinned comment. But we've only got 12 more. We've only got 12 more minutes to go if you want to make a cameo or whatever.
Yeah, I've finally figured out the two kinds of figures, because I'm trying to do a thing where when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to have my subs vote on which minifigure I'm going to get as a tattoo. And I've got the Fat Thor body with Grumpy Dwarf head and like some other things. So I'm trying to get a couple different figures out, so when I hit 500, everyone can vote, and I'll get that as a tattoo, like right here. I figured that would be my my next challenge for my stream, or for my channel. My own little personal challenge.
Yeah. I'm just going over something because I have a lot of plans for what I'm going to do at 1,000 subscribers, and because of my 12-year celebrations I've done this week, we've picked up 6 more subscribers in the past 3 days, which has been amazing. And we got 22 likes on my stream yesterday, which is amazing.
That's good. That's really good. I'm just happy if one person even shows up for me.
Still got 12 more minutes to go. And I'm glad I got some things off of my chest that were unfinished business from yesterday. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure to leave a like on the stream, because if people stop liking the stream, that means YouTube notices that people aren't interested in it anymore, which is when they promote my videos less. And if that happens, then my audience gets down to next to nothing, which is when I will decide to quit YouTube and move on with the rest of my life. So if you don't want to see any of that happen, leave a like right now.
Never want to see any of that happen.
because my YouTube channel is inspired by the people for the people, and if the people don't give a shit anymore, then I won't give a shit anymore and quit.
That's kind of a good way to have it, though. I mean, it's a safe way of having, you know.
Because I've gone on hiatus before, and I'm not afraid to go on hiatus again. But as the results have proven from the past 3 days in particular, that's 99% not going to happen.
Nah, I think you'll be on for a long time.
Because my community has come through in the past 3 days.
Oh yeah. And Lego keeps going more and more, so people want more and more Lego. So I don't see your channel going away.
And after this stream, I'm going to be writing up a small script in the half an hour before Mark's stream of some of the rundown I want to do for my more official 12-year anniversary video. I did a one on the actual day this week where people left their congratulations messages, but I want to go more in depth with tomorrow's upload. Sorry, I cut you off. There's a little bit of a delay.
What I was saying is 12 years. That's a lot of time, a lot of your time and energy that you spent on your channel.
And it doesn't look like I've been around for that long because I only started re-uploading in August of 2020. But I was making videos even before Jane Bricks was making weekly uploads. So now that I got you here, Grumpy, can you please DM me or email me that image of your old transport company?
Okay. Did you want the picture of the very first truck and trailer? I have a picture of that. It's got
particularly if you can zoom in and crop the logo.
Okay. Yeah, I can easily do that. I've got pictures of the old logo.
Because I want to bring up something really quickly. I want to Google the Lego Cargo logo. They did it a lot in the 90s. And there's a Wikipedia fan page for it. And it has the logo as one of the main pictures. So I'll just say, for 900 subscribers, I still haven't celebrated that by building the Andreas Mansion. I'm waiting to see if a door build comes out. But if I get to 950 subscribers and a door build has made no effort to want to do a friend stream with me, I'm just going to build it straight up. So this is the old cargo logo that Lego came up with.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's on the. If you got the Jazz Club and you got the gift with purchase, that's on the moving truck.
Yeah, and there's something about that. For every year except this year, where there was and I'm going to show my face, where there was a modular gift with purchase. That was always wrong. That was dubbed by the fans, not the Lego group, because you could buy any Lego set and get that gift with purchase if you met the threshold. But what I noticed Lego did this year when I was on someone else's stream when the January 1st sets came out, I went to lego.com and I went and saw the promo website listing for the corner kiosk or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
And in the fine print, it said with purchase of the two-door corner.
Yep.
So now the corner kiosk is the first modular gift with purchase that you can only buy with the modular. previous years, you could buy any Lego set that met that threshold. This year, you can only buy the two-door corner to get it. So now, probably because of my sentiment and Lego and former Lego store employees who agreed and validated my sentiment, it is now an official modular gift with purchase. So now now I will define the previous versions as a modular gift with purchase, and the corner kiosk as a modular gift with purchase. Notice my change in voice there. Because this was dubbed by the fans, and this was dubbed by the official Lego group. There's a difference between urban and there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference between formal and urban. There's a difference between corporate and customer. There's a difference between official and non-official. And so now we actually have a legitimate reason to call it a modular gift with purchase. So now I can stop complaining. Hooray!
Yeah,
Anyway,
I would put it on that logo right there. I would change that green to like a light blue. And then on one side of that box, I'd probably put like a G, and the other side I'd put a J.
Yeah. So can you please send me a picture of your old logo right now?
Yeah, let me. Where'd it go?
Because
My camera or my.
Yeah. Because I think it would be super cool to have that as a competing transport company in my Lego city. And try to make shipping containers that have your old logo. And since I don't have a Grumpy J Sig figure yet, that's how we can incorporate my friendship with you into the lore of my city.
All right.
Because I like to incorporate the lore of my friends into my city if I don't have their Sig fig.
All right. I found it now. Okay. So I will.
Yeah, which is why I don't have a Zissou Sultan for Sig fig. So that's why I'm calling. So that's why I dubbed my friend's cat hotel set thing the Zelda cat house. Okay, so if I zoom, if you take that image that you just sent me,
Mhm.
and you crop the logo that's on the side of your pickup, then I can below that up on Microsoft Word and print a black and white version of that as a sticker to put on some Lego pieces to build shipping containers, and that'd be super cool.
I'm trying, but it's not coming out clear because it's just it's a basic like American flag on top, like waving, and it just says
because I'm seeing the red, white, and blue with a black text on.
Yeah, that's just a normal text that says Grumpy J Vehicle
a
Transport.
white background.
Yeah,
And it looks like
that's just the basic sign.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got your old corporate phone number or whatever.
Yeah, that's the old business line.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching this stream, everyone. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'll be back at the end of the month for the last stream of the month, and we will do the giveaways. Thank you, Grumpy J, for coming on today. It was great talking with you. Thanks for everyone who watched this stream today. Let's go over that pretty quickly. hopefully we can get this through pretty quickly. We had Johnny, Subway, Dave, Contra, Our Toy World, Team B.
Cliff.
Well, I have to scroll down first. JDP. Who was up in here? Zissou. Who else? Gladiator Bricks Productions. Click and Cliff. Brick Hive. Grumpy J himself. And that was everyone. And it was a fun stream. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Get ready for the official 12-year anniversary stream that comes out tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Stay grumpy, everyone.
Stay grumpy. Relevancy is currency, my new slogan.